Today was a bad day. To sort of explain the timeline of today's depressing events, I'm going to start with chronological order. A bit of insight. Oh, Jesus, what is this? Just ignore this massive mole on my face, and also my wisdom tooth hurts. My whole mouth is just fucked. This stress though will come in handy. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, to sort of explain it in chronological order, because it's really like I don't want to say ladder, but more of like a downward spiral. Let's just say I went to bed at like around 1, maybe 2-ish last night, which for me is a really good time, by the way. You know, never mind if I have an exam today at 7, just let's sort of ignore that. Yeah, so today was basically my final college exam. Yay! I mean, it was the only will to live that got me up in the morning today, but yeah, it was my Polish literature exam, which went really bad. I'll explain in a second. But basically, yeah, so I sort of just had to wake up at 7, and I tried to go to bed at 1. So I lay down, sort of, I'm not really tired at all, you know, I'd love to be playing some Fortnite, maybe streaming a bit of AJ, things like that, or maybe just, in general, doing anything, then waking up tomorrow to go to college again, but yeah. So I'm sort of just laying there, you know, sort of feeling a bit drowsy now. Then I hear this noise, this fucking noise. It was like, oh, how can I explain this? It was like a baby literally getting run over. Like it was a, it sounded like a baby in a microwave. I don't know what any of those noises sound like, okay, but it was literally like something like. The autism in this video. What the fuck am I doing? Anyway, yeah. So it was sort of like that. And it was like a really continuing thing, like it just kept going. And I was sort of just laying there, like trying to communicate with my last 2 brain cells, just like, you know, trying to tell them, please, I need to go to sleep. What's going on? I was just like, that meme, you know, that stressed out one. But yeah, so I was just sort of laying there, like half asleep, half awake. And then the noise just turns like a lot louder and it starts getting like really fucked up, like a baby drowning or some shit. Once again, I have no idea how these noises sound like, okay, don't quote me on these. But it started going into like a... I should name this video the mental state of PatchTheAlpha 2019. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, that starts happening. Like, the noise just keeps getting weirder. And I'm sort of just like getting fed up of it, like, right, whoever's murdering their baby in the backyard, can you shut the fuck up? I've got an exam. And then I sort of look outside and I see these cats. Like, I look outside in the gardens, because my gardens, like, we don't really have high fences here. They're just sort of, like, all connected, if that makes sense. And yeah, I see these cats basically fucking. So that was nice. I couldn't really do anything. I wasn't going to go outside and throw rocks at them, even though I really wanted to. I wasn't willing to take the step to go outside, which, by the way, before going outside today, I haven't stepped outside in about, I want to say 2 weeks now. You know, just chilling at home, making Animal Jam videos. Did I mention I'm 18? Anyway, so yeah, the cat thing happened. And by the way, by the time those noises ended, I looked at the time and it was about 5 o'clock. I had 2.5 hours, or about 2 hours, to sleep and wake up tomorrow for my final college exam. A 3-hour fucking exam. Oh yeah, did I mention I didn't revise for that exam? Do you see what I mean? This story has levels, and we haven't even reached the worst part yet. So yeah, this exam, I sort of didn't really revise for it, but we'll talk about that in a second. So I wake up. I've had about 2 hours of sleep, and I sort of wake up. It was like one of the most depressing mornings I've ever had for my past 2 years of going to college. Anyway, so I wake up, and basically my only will to live is sort of just like, oh, it's a final day. I'll never have to wake up. I'll never have to hear that fucking alarm again on my phone. I'll never have to turn it off, and I can die in peace. But yeah, so as I start walking to college, I'm sort of like half asleep because I've only had 2 hours of sleep. And this already happened once, where I came across a friend from my old school, and they've told me that I sort of don't walk straight. Like, basically, you know how drunk people like sort of walk from side to side, like can't keep in a straight direction. I don't drink, don't worry. That has nothing to do with it. So yeah, I sort of was just like half asleep, so I was walking really dodgily across the street, and these old people just kept giving me like these evil stares, like, what the fuck does that have to do with you? Just carry on walking, bitch. And anyway, I walked to this like crossing, like it's that. It's a crossing, right? I don't know, I haven't took my driving test yet. Either way. So I get to this like sort of crossing thing, and I notice like a fucked up car, like a really, really fucked up car. Like everything's crashed. There's just like doors flying about, just like car doors everywhere. The whole like street is just covered in oil. And I sort of walk there, right? And it's got like all these police cars are there and everything. And it's got this like police tape. You know, like how they tape it up, like so. I'm not really sure what the fucking tape's for. Let's face it. It's not so people don't walk there, because you can, still very easily walk through it. As I sort of did. Anyway, so I start walking and I see this crossing, this fucked up car. So I'm here thinking, oh, poor person. I wonder if anyone died. So then I like start thinking about it, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to be late for my college exam. This is gonna sound so bad. So I sort of walk through the tape, like underneath it, and I sort of carry on walking right through it, because I don't go outside much, as I've already said, so I wouldn't know like any other way to go around the whole place. So I carry on walking, like, through the tape, and I think that's, like, the police investigation site. But yeah, anyway, as I carry on walking, none of the cops, like, see me or anything, or don't really react to anything, so I think, oh, everything's good. But then I, like, start smelling something. And I look underneath my shoes, and earlier, because I have to walk through a lot of, like, grass and shit, like, it's a half-an-hour walk to my college from my house. And I smell like actual feces, like shit. I smell shit. And I sort of just didn't really bother looking, but it starts getting really bad, and I'm like in the middle of this police set, so I want to like quickly look. So I do this thing where I like, hop on one leg to look underneath my shoe. And I found out that there is shit underneath it. So I carry on walking, and I get to this path bit where there's like I don't know what it was. It was like these little drawings, like, chalk drawings that like kids would draw on the street. God, that was bad. I'm sorry. Anyway, these like chalk drawings, and I've got no idea what this shit is. I'm just like looking to get to college in time to do my final exam, just go home to sleep. Which, by the way, right after this video, this shit ain't getting edited. I'm off to sleep. So yeah, I just burped. Oh my god, I haven't ate anything today. Should probably eat something. Anyway, so then I carry on walking, and I walk past these weird chalk drawings, and I sort of walk on them. And as I'm walking, by the way, I'm sort of like, I know I've got shit underneath my shoes, so I start like rubbing my foot on the pavement, if that makes sense. And there's more like people walking around sort of looking at me, so they must think I've like got a disability or something with my foot. And I start like rubbing my foot on the pavement, and then I realise that I'm walking through all these like chalk drawing things. And then it's like, it was like really precise lines and stuff. So I think that was like the actual police investigation site. So yeah, I sort of smudged shit all over that. Unintentionally, I of course didn't know. I like didn't know what was going on. I was just walking through it. And it's not like anyone like said anything to me, alright? Like no one shouted like, get off the fucking investigation site. What the fuck are you doing, cunt? So yeah, I sort of had no idea what was going on, and I was sort of like still half asleep. But then afterwards, like when I'm going underneath the other like side of the site, I guess, one of the cops just walks out his car and starts like looking at me like, what? And then he like, there's these other two talking, and they sort of start looking at me, but I sort of like start speed walking away, so I'm, hoping I'm fine. If I don't start uploading within like the next week, you know what's happened to me. Anyway, so I carry on walking to college, and I finally get there, which by the way, I'm a few minutes late, but that's okay. I also came without a pen, because I forgot that, It's not like you need a pen to fulfill an exam, right? And then, like, the whole hall starts looking at me, because I obviously walk in late, and then, I'm just like, right, that's it, enough bullshit, I just want to get on with the actual exam. And then I look at it, I, like, open up the paper, and how you scroll through, like, the pages? Yeah, like, you look through the questions before you answer them. There's this one question at the end, those long ass questions, and they left like sort of like 6 full A4 pages to fill out this one question. And I start reading it. By the way, the entire paper's in Polish, not English, because it's a Polish A-level language, so it's sort of like quite advanced. And there's this one word, and I just sort of look at it. And I chuckled, like it wasn't a loud laugh, but I just started laughing. Because there was this 20 letter long fucking word written in Polish in a paper that I absolutely, like, I couldn't read it, I couldn't understand it, so I just started laughing at it. Because I know I failed at this point. And then, yeah, the sort of, like, examination team, like, sort of giving the looks, and one of the women starts, like, coming up to me, and she asks, "Are you okay? Is everything alright?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, could I have a pen, please?" Like, trying to, sidetrack away from the fact that I was literally laughing at the fact that I'm gonna fail this test. But yeah, it didn't go well. Let's just say I was supposed to have read 2 Polish books and, like, watched 2 Polish films before this as well. Sorry if I'm blinking a lot, my eyes are just tired, it hurts. Anyway, so yeah, I'm supposed to have done all this, like, revision, but I was too busy making AJ videos. Priorities, am I right? But yeah, this exam, I've totally failed it, I flopped it. I had no idea what was going on, I sort of didn't really want to prepare for it either. And it was sort of just like Polish literature as well. So I feel like one of the questions I just straight up answered, I don't really care about Polish, because it sort of said like put your own opinion onto it. So I was like, I don't care about Polish literature. Like, come on, who cares? Everyone watches films nowadays. It was like one of these papers where it was literally like Polish history, and I'm like, why? I was doing language, just let me choose like a topic or something. But yeah, that paper was just absolute bullshit. And that 20 letter long word, I wish I remember like what it was, but I couldn't even read out because I would like type on Google Translate for you guys, stuff like that, We can try and pronounce it together. But yeah, so this Polish exam, I don't want you guys to think that, like I don't know Polish or anything, because on the first paper, w pierwszym papierze nawet dobrze mi poszło i mogę rozmawiać bardzo dobrze po polsku, także chyba na wszystko dobrze odpowiedziałem, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I've got a fairly good understanding of Polish. I mean, I talk Polish in my house and stuff like that. So the first one went well, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day since I flopped the second one. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. After that, I was sort of depressed, but at the same time happy that I get to go back home and never have to go back to that place again. As I was walking back as well, I had to walk through the same site, but they sort of like let people walk through this path now. Like they diverted one of the street paths so you can walk through it. But the officers still gave me a weird look. It was the same people there still, because as I was walking back the other way, like they were still there. And yeah. Oh, also, I'm not sure if through this whole exam I still had shit on my shoe. Imagine if everyone in the exam could smell the shit. Oh, also, I was put in like a hall with people doing a maths exam, which is like, bitch, what? I could hear everybody's like clicking on the calculator like little fucking mongrels. Like, what are you doing? Get a life. You're doing education. What are you doing? Get a life. I'm so mean, Jesus. But yeah, they put like the Polish students, because there's only like 4 in our college that did that, within math students. Those fucking calculators are so annoying. I wish they provided them with like silenced ones, So yeah, that's pretty much it. There was no confrontation. I was walking past that car crash site again on the way back. And it sort of just like made me sad, because I thought like, what if someone actually could have died there and I smeared shit all over the pavement? Anyway, certainly a bad thing, but I couldn't really be helped, I guess, I'm sort of an uneducated swine and I was rushing, if that, makes any sense. God, that wisdom tooth really hurts. It's like it's about to fucking pierce through. My whole head is like pulsating. It's been like this all day. Oh, also another thing, talking about like feet and smelly stuff. Whilst I was walking back from college back home, there was one other encounter that was just... It's just a whole other breed of humans. Like, I swear, like, this is why I don't go outside. I just don't want to be around people like this. I was just sort of walking back, and fair enough, like, it's quite warm here now. I mean, I'm still wearing this, because, like, I've got allergies, so I kept, like, sneezing and shit, and I didn't want to, like, risk being ill, because after all, I'm gonna be hibernating in my house for, like, the next 2 months. But yeah, I start walking back, and, like, I encountered this creature. This absolute fucking mongrel. It's just like this old man. And he's walking there without any socks or any shoes. Like, he's barefoot just walking on this fucking pavement. And I'm like, put those cheesy fucking toes away, you weirdo. Like, I had to walk past him as well. And I really wish I still had shit on my shoe, because I would have, like, wiped on the pavement. So I had to step on it barefoot. Like, oh, that would have made my day. But yeah, the sort of trams I just walk around this area, like, But yeah, It's fair to say I've been through a lot of pain today, you know? A lot of events occurred. I mean, pretty much anytime I go outside, it's a major event. So if you guys want another, you know, vlog, sort of life update, depression update sort of video, let me know. This is what they call content, right? But yeah, I just thought I'd update you on why I will not be making a video today. I had one planned already. I'm sort of almost done with the editing, so that should hopefully be out tomorrow, I'm hoping. I don't know. At this point, I'm just looking to go to sleep right after I record this and just, you know, never wake up. But yeah, now for some positive vibes. Make sure to stay happy. And suicide is never an option. Goodbye. I'm actually dead inside, I apologize.